So we decided to suspend the airport project. So today, when the people talk about money for airport or whatever, I think they are questioning my decision to change my mind. And I have right at that time as governor to say, I don't want this airport now. Because if you land at the airport, where are you going to? You can't go to area. So I had to, agree with the status quo at that time for us to finish some of this road. I'm happy that today I finished Ezeku Road from that fund. I finished Fox Road from that fund. Ongwa Road is okay. Osusu Road is okay. So today you can connect area through Osusu Road to Ezeku Market and connect Ezeku Market to Ongwa Road Market. So I succeeded in interconnecting all the markets courtesy of that fund which we were supposed to, as it were, deploy for airport.
Ikpeazu, the former governor of Abia State, denying the allegation by the current governor, Alex Otti, that he moved 10 billion naira from state government accounts to a private account owned by a contractor. The money was supposed to be used to build an airport in Abia State. Ikpeazu eventually instructed the contractor to move the 10 billion naira to 32 bank accounts in tranches. The problem with the defense put up by Ikpeazu that he ended up using the 10 billion naira to build roads in Abia State. It doesn't align with the evidence provided by Alex Otti. This evidence comes from the audit report conducted by KPMG, which says that Ikpeazu moved the 10 billion naira from state government accounts to a contractor's account without first seeking the approval of the State House of Assembly. It was 3 weeks after that he got that approval, and by that time, the money was already in the contractor's account. So he spent 10 billion naira belonging to Abia State people without first of all getting the approval from the State House of Assembly. So when he got that approval, it was after he had made the expenditure, which is completely against the law. You see, this position of governor or any other executive position, president, chairman, even the president general of an association, town union, any social club, name it. It is a position of trust. When people entrust you with such position, you are supposed to be responsible in managing their affairs. You cannot just be behaving like an emperor who answers to no one. This is the problem. You do not move money without seeking an approval. Now he has changed the story that he used the money to build roads instead of building the airport. So the question now is, why did Ikpeazu pay contractors that build the roads he's talking about through another contractor? If he truly changed his mind about building an airport, why didn't he inform the contractor to return the 10 billion naira so that the state will start paying the contractors that built the roads he's talking about? That's talking about the roads around the area, like he mentioned, Ongwa Road and all that. So he needs to come clean and explain in a logical way that will be easy to understand. The contractor he sent 10 billion naira already confessed to the state government. He's also cooperating with the state government that when he received that 10 billion naira, he wrote the state government explaining that he does not have any expertise in building airports. So at this point, Ikpeazu still wanted to build an airport, but he's now saying that he changed his mind. At the point where the contractor protested that he doesn't have any expertise in building airports, why didn't Ikpeazu instruct the contractor to return the money to the state accounts? That's the logical and transparent thing to do. Because when a contractor said that he didn't bid for any contract, he didn't bid to build any project, any airport, and suddenly 10 billion naira was transferred to his account, it doesn't look transparent. It doesn't look like something a state will do, a state governor for that matter. At this point, if the former governor didn't have any ulterior motive about the 10 billion naira, he should have just instructed the contractor to return the money to the state. From there, he would have started paying the contractors, the ones that built the roads he talked about, but he didn't do any of this. Instead, he instructed the contractor to wire the money to 32 different accounts in tranches, not just the same time. That means he was sending the accounts bit by bit, bit by bit. It might have spanned over a few days or months. So what really went wrong? What really happened? He needs to come clean. EFCC must dig in to help Abia State people recover their money. Politicians can be very callous. How do you spend a whopping 10 billion naira without approval from the State House of Assembly? This is the main issue. So any other action he took after the fact became illegal because initially he didn't want to do the right thing. If he wanted to do the right thing, he would have first of all sought the approval of the State House of Assembly before wiring that money to a contractor. Anyway, the Abia State government has released some of the audit report. As you can see in this table, many government officials working for the Abia State government doubled as directors in many companies that executed contracts for Abia State government. That's serious conflict of interest. You are working for the government, you're a director in a company, and the same company is executing contracts for the state government. This explains the rot in the past administration. At that time, government officials were always quick in reminding Abia people that Abia State is very poor. They always said this so as to exonerate themselves from any blame because they weren't working for Abia State people. No roads, no major projects, everywhere was just littered with dirt. Even salaries they couldn't pay. But now that this audit report is out, Abians can see that the little they had was mismanaged by politicians. The money was shared among politicians. Because how do you explain Ikpeazu transferring 10 billion naira to a contractor? He said he later changed his mind about building the airport, but he didn't change his mind about returning the money to the state coffers, where he would have paid the contractors that built the roads from. So the whole thing looks fishy. He needs to make it make sense. Mind you, it's not only 10 billion naira that is missing. According to Otti, more than 70 billion naira was paid for contracts that were never executed. Yes, they can't find anywhere the contracts relating to these 70 billion naira was executed in Abia State. So he needs to extend this audit to the administrations of T.A. Otti and Oji Zokalo. Remember that T.A. Otti is being accused by EFCC of misappropriating up to 500 billion naira. You see, this 10 billion naira airport project in Abia State is the typical way corrupt Nigerian politicians steal money from their states. He didn't even bother to involve the contractor in the whole deal so that he wouldn't demand for his own cut because it's illegal. He just wants to cut off the money trail that the state didn't wire the money directly to the 32 different accounts which might belong to his associates. And this explains why the contractor is cooperating with the Abia State government. Who wouldn't be furious? Imagine someone moving 10 billion naira through your account without you receiving a cut. This is why there is less corruption in many Western countries, because they are aware of all this. A governor cannot steal money from the state without involving an official, whether it is assistant, a commissioner, or an accountant working for the government. And the official must demand for equal cut with the governor because he knows that when the crime is discovered, both of them will serve equal number of years in prison. So it doesn't make sense to allow a party to the crime to take a higher cut when everyone involved will be facing the same number of years in prison. This is why they have less corruption in government in developed countries. But here, people are afraid to lose their jobs. They will see politicians or their superiors in office stealing money, blatantly taking money that doesn't belong to them. They will just accept any amount they are given, and at the end of the day, they will suffer it alone. Look at the officials that EFCC accused of helping Yahaya Bello launder billions from Kogi State. They are all facing the charges, running from one court to the other, remanded in prison and all that, while Yahaya Bello, the main actor that stole billions, is on the run. He might end up making a deal with APC and he will be free. So why involve yourself in helping a politician when you can't even demand an equal cut? If you can't demand an equal cut, then don't do it. This way, corruption might stop in government. Thanks for watching.